Lloyd Reese, 13, and David Jaramillo, 21, were last seen in June of 1985 in Salt Lake City, leaving Lloyd's house with plans to go with two other friends to the East Canyon Reservoir to go boating. At some point during the day, David and Lloyd were separated from their friends and disappeared. Neither of them have been seen or heard from again, and their case remains unsolved. Lloyd was well known in his neighborhood and had a wide variety of friends. He was really into music and enjoyed Ted Nugent, Aerosmith, and AC/DC. He had just graduated from middle school before disappearing and dreamed of becoming a doctor. David was a student at the Salt Lake Community College in 1985 and was also employed with his father at the New Grand Hotel. There's a lot of missing details in this case, like how David and Lloyd knew each other, how they were friends with such a large age gap between them, and how did they become separated from their friends and disappear. What investigators do know is that David and Lloyd were last seen on June 3rd, 1985, and their last official sighting would be leaving Lloyd's home. They were seen driving in a brown Datsun B210. Investigators have stated that they did clear the friends that were with them the day that they vanished, and they are not sure whether David and Lloyd were met by an accident or foul play. Both of their families still live in the Salt Lake City area, and their case remains unsolved. At the time of their disappearance, Lloyd was 13, 5'7", around 135 pounds, described as a Caucasian male with brown hair and green eyes. Lloyd's teeth are very straight, and he wears braces on the top and bottom teeth and has a scar on the upper right arm, a scar on the back of his right thigh, and a mole on his right cheek. At the time of David's disappearance, he was 21 years old, 5'8" to 5'9", weighing around 160 pounds, described as a Hispanic male with black hair and brown eyes. David has one chipped tooth, a scar on his chin, and a tattoo on his right hand. There is no description of clothing that David and Lloyd were wearing at the time of their disappearance. If you have any information in their case, you are asked to contact the Salt Lake City Police Department at 801-799-3000. Please keep sharing David and Lloyd's face in hopes that we can bring them home. Thank you so much for taking the time to get to know David and Lloyd today. And don't forget, when you see those missing and murder posts on social media, like and share, because every time we share a face, we do get closer to solving a case. And I will see you all back here next week as we head to Washington.